Welcome, everyone. Today, we are going to explore project-based learning, or PBL, a powerful student-centered teaching approach that is transforming classrooms around the world. PBL shifts the focus from traditional lecture-based instruction to hands-on experiential learning. Instead of passively absorbing information, students actively engage with real-world problems and questions. They research, collaborate, create, and present their findings, developing deeper understanding and practical skills along the way. This approach is not just a trend. It is backed by decades of educational research showing that students learn best when they find personal meaning in what they are studying. Over the next few slides, we will look at what makes PBL unique, see a concrete classroom example, and discuss the lasting benefits it brings to learners. Whether you are new to PBL or looking to strengthen your practice, this presentation will give you a solid foundation. So, what exactly is project-based learning? At its core, PBL is a student-centered teaching method where learners gain both knowledge and skills by working for an extended period of time, often several weeks, on a project that investigates and responds to a genuine real-world question or problem. This is fundamentally different from traditional instruction, where the teacher lectures and students memorize and repeat information. In PBL, students are the active drivers of their own learning. They pose questions, conduct research, collaborate with peers, and create tangible products that demonstrate their understanding. The teacher shifts from being a lecturer to being a facilitator and guide. What makes PBL especially
Powerful is that it mirrors how work actually happens in the real world. Professionals do not sit in rows answering test questions. They tackle complex problems, work in teams, manage timelines, and present their solutions to stakeholders.
PBL brings that authentic experience directly into the classroom. Let us look at the three defining features that make project-based learning distinct from regular classroom projects or assignments. First, PBL focuses on meaningful, real-life challenges. These are not textbook exercises or hypothetical scenarios. Students tackle genuine problems that exist in their communities, such as pollution, food waste, accessibility, or local history preservation. This real-world connection is what motivates students to invest their energy and curiosity. Second, PBL naturally integrates multiple subjects and skills. A single project might require math for budgeting, science for research, language arts for writing proposals, and art for creating visual materials. Students do not learn these skills in isolation. They apply them together, which mirrors how knowledge works in the real world. Third, every PBL experience ends with a tangible product or presentation. This could be a prototype, a report, a community event, a video, or a formal presentation to real stakeholders. Having an authentic audience raises the stakes and gives students a genuine sense of purpose and accomplishment. Let me walk you through a concrete example of project-based learning in action. Imagine a group of middle school students tasked with designing a recycling program for their school. This project begins with an authentic problem that students can observe every day: waste in their own school building. In the first phase, students research local waste management issues. They survey classmates, interview custodial staff, audit the school's trash bins, and gather data on what materials are being thrown away versus recycled. This integrates science, math, and research skills. Next, students use their findings to design a comprehensive recycling program. They calculate costs, plan bin placement, create collection schedules, and think through logistics. This brings in math, critical thinking, and systems design. Then comes the creative phase, where students design educational posters, write announcements, and create materials to raise awareness among their peers. Finally, they present their complete plan to the principal and potentially the school board, practicing public speaking and persuasion skills. Notice how one project touches nearly every subject area. Now, let us explore the evidence-based benefits that make project-based learning such a valuable approach for educators. The first major benefit is that PBL naturally encourages problem-solving, teamwork, and creativity. In a PBL classroom, students work in groups to tackle open-ended challenges. There is no single correct answer, which means students must think creatively, negotiate ideas with teammates, and develop solutions collaboratively. These are exactly the skills that employers consistently rank as most important. Second, PBL builds critical thinking and project management skills. Students learn to plan their work over weeks, allocate tasks, manage deadlines, and adjust course when things do not go as expected. These executive function skills are often missing from traditional instruction but are essential for success in higher education and careers. Third, and perhaps most importantly, PBL helps students see the relevance of their learning to real life. When a student can connect a math lesson to budgeting a real project, or a writing assignment to persuading actual decision makers, the learning becomes meaningful. Research shows that this relevance significantly boosts both motivation and long-term retention of knowledge. So, how do you actually bring project-based learning into your classroom? Here are 5 practical steps to get you started. First, start small. You do not need to overhaul your entire curriculum overnight. Begin with a short 1 to 2 week project in a subject area where you feel confident. This lets you learn the facilitation skills you need without feeling overwhelmed. Second, choose an authentic problem. The best PBL projects start with a question that genuinely matters to your students. Look around your school and community for real challenges. What issues do your students care about? What local problems could they help solve? Third, build in regular checkpoints. PBL is not a set it and forget it approach. Schedule milestones where students share progress, receive feedback, and adjust their plans. This keeps the project on track and gives you opportunities to assess learning. Fourth, embrace what I call the messy middle. PBL is not always a smooth, linear process. Students will encounter obstacles, disagree with teammates, and sometimes feel lost. This productive struggle is actually where the deepest learning happens. Finally, celebrate the final product by inviting a real audience. When students present to actual stakeholders, the experience becomes transformative. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a powerful thought. Project-based learning is more than just a teaching strategy. It is a fundamental shift in how we think about education. When we give students ownership of their learning through authentic, meaningful projects, something remarkable happens. They stop asking, "When will I ever use this?" and start asking, "How can I use what I know to make a difference?" The research is clear. PBL develops deeper content understanding, stronger critical thinking skills, better collaboration abilities, and greater motivation to learn. But beyond the data, there is something even more important. PBL helps students develop confidence in their own ability to tackle complex challenges, and that confidence stays with them long after they leave our classrooms. I encourage you to take one idea from today and try it. Start small, be patient with yourself and your students, and remember that the messy, uncertain process is exactly where transformation happens. Thank you for your time and your commitment to empowering the next generation of problem solvers, creators, and changemakers.